Yeah.
Golfed again today too.
Yeah, I was excited to ask you how'd that go?
It was great. I've been playing my best golf these last 2 weeks, right at the when it's going to be done. But I guess we're gonna have to go south or something, Marianne and I, and I'll play a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, especially if the game is in top shape.
Oh my God, Ken Lewis, the guy that I taught with, he's like hardcore playing great golf right now. He
Okay.
struggled all summer long. I mean, like last 3 days, he shot in the 70s, and he's 72, 73 years old, and he was just out driving everybody.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy how you can get into a groove
Yeah.
just out of nowhere.
My
So
big problem was I can't putt worth a shit at all.
yeah, but are the greens are a little harder to putt.
Yeah,
They're not.
they're soft. You know, they got some good rain on them. I mean, the place looks great,
Yeah,
but I think this was it. This was their last day.
yeah, I think so too. I brought my clubs in a couple days ago. So
They have to start hitting inside.
yeah, I have the net in the garage, so I'll start doing that as well.
Yeah,
But
we like going down. We like going down to the sports score and hitting.
yeah, yeah, I haven't been there, but I think I'll check it out a
Yeah,
couple
he's right
times.
by you. We'll let you know, and we'll meet down there.
Yeah,
Then go out for lunch or something afterwards.
yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. Um, yeah. So today, I'm kind of getting lost. So college wrestling doesn't. There's no college stuff on tonight, right?
No, I think it's. I think there's tomorrow. I think Indiana wrestles and a couple of teams.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forget. Wednesday's a little early in the week, and I don't
yeah.
know if
I
they go.
check both ESPN Plus and the Big Ten Plus usually. And there's really not. You might catch something on a Monday night, but the Tuesdays and Wednesdays are usually not.
Yeah. Well, today should be interesting. The last yesterday we had some coaches on, and that was pretty fun to learn about some of these places. Obviously, they're not directly next to us, but we're kind of all connected in some capacity. But tonight we're going to talk to Jason Mamer-Cox from North Boone, and I believe you coached him, right?
I did. He wrestled for me. Yeah, he's one of those kids. Those young. Now he's a young man, but he's one of those guys that just stuck with it and got better and better every year, and ended up wrestling varsity like his senior year. I mean, he was good. Yeah, we saw him last year at the state tournament because they had a state qualifier for the first time I think ever in North Boone history. So yeah,
And
Jason's
state
a
placer.
great young man. What?
And state placer.
Yeah, he placed, didn't he?
Yeah, so they're one of their wrestlers who placed last year, Gavin Eckberg. I've been training a little bit. So yeah, he's really tough
Cool.
kid. So I think he's gonna do well this year too. So it'll be nice to hear what he's got going. But I uh, just generally speaking, I think it's been good for me to kind of I don't know. This has been good, so I can kind of get a better picture of stuff. So I'm excited to kind of get into the tournaments. Right, we got the Barrington tournament, which I have the teams, the list of the teams. We can go through and kind of preview that a little
That'd
bit,
be
maybe,
great. Yeah.
and then going ahead from there, we got things like Ironman, which there will be a couple teams that are sending some kids out there. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's too bad they Hananiga doesn't get to send their whole team because if they're ranked second in state right now in Illinois in 3A, you'd think they'd give them an invitation.
Yeah, but they don't even send. They don't even give. They just don't give everybody a full team invite, which
Right, I
is
get that, but you'd
yeah,
think it'd be like I would have pushed for it.
yeah,
It'd been good for everybody.
yeah. Their lineup definitely could have benefited from. I mean, some of those guys are definitely qualified.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean it's tough. That's the number one. That's the hottest high school tournament in the country. People want to get in, so then they don't get to give out full spots. But
right.
um, yeah, I'm sure. I always wondered why they didn't check out. You guys never checked out Cheesehead. Why never?
Me, Wyatt, never.
Yeah, what
The
was that
tournaments that
never?
when I was coaching, the tournaments and those the other coaches after me stayed in most of them. The tournaments that we had were great. I mean, The only tournament that actually started to slide a little bit, and everybody would agree, was the Harvard tournament. But at the time, the Harvard tournament was an incredible tournament too. But yeah, we just got in. I mean, DeKalb, we wrestled 2 duels the night before, and then wrestled the tournament the next day. And we got who else? Where else? Sycamore is one of I think is just a fabulous tournament because that's what makes a really good team because all kids get to wrestle 5 matches that day, no matter if you go 0-5 or whatever, but at least you get to wrestle 5 matches a day, and unless there's a forfeit or something like that. But yeah, I look for tournaments to where it would benefit just the whole team because that was my belief is having a great team, and having a great team, you usually have great individuals too.
Yeah. Did you guys ever go to the Clash?
They did after Justin got done coaching. I think Jason Ledowski took him. Yeah, they went there.
Well, I was just curious because when we went to the Cheesehead around 06, that was when Sandberg. I mean, what is it? There was a couple of really good teams up there, so it was just it started. Now it's like an Illinois tournament. I mean,
right?
A lot of Illinois teams go up there and wrestle in it. So yeah, should be good though. Good season's coming up. Yeah, I'm excited about the college season. And
me too. Yeah,
seeing how that shakes out. I mean, I think this year is going to be. I think it's going to be more competitive. I do think Penn State is tough as nails, but I definitely think that the competitive landscape of college wrestling is stepping up.
It is. It is. I think it's going to be great. I think the Big Ten is going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. I mean, it's one of my favorite things. There's college football and wrestling at the same time. There's nothing better.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, and even a little bit of splash of Big Ten basketball, I don't mind either.
Yeah. We don't have a. There's no short list of
sporting events.
Yeah, sporting.
Yeah, it's great, and I'm a sports junkie.
Yeah. Well, what's your top 5 for the Big Ten tournament? What do you think?
Placing?
Yeah, team-wise.
Team-wise, Penn State, Iowa. Nebraska. I think Illinois is going to place the top 5. I'm going to put them 4th. Who am I missing? It's really good. I'm missing something. Oh, Michigan.
Yep.
Michigan. I'll give Michigan. I'll go Penn State, Iowa, Michigan, Nebraska, and Illinois.
Wow.
Those are my 5.
I would switch Nebraska. I think Nebraska is going to be 3rd.
You think they'll be 3rd?
Yeah, their lineup is really, really tough. I don't think their lineup is competing with Iowa or Penn State, but I think they're beating Minnesota.
He does a good job
beating Michigan.
He really does. I mean, I think Illinois is going to be good. I really do. I think they're going to. I mean, they wrestle. They got a pretty good duel this weekend on ESPN Plus.
They're wrestling Indiana.
In
Missouri, already? I think.
No, they don't usually wrestle a conference duel till January.
Then it's Missouri. So
yeah, it is Missouri. That'll be a good duel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I saw another schedule. Maybe I saw somebody else was dueling. They got number 6 Missouri, November 21st, at home, and it's going to be on Big Ten Plus.
Yep.
But no, it says that they duel Indiana December 6th. So
really,
yeah, I don't know why they got that early, but Big Ten.
We got Iowa State and Iowa this Saturday at 6:00 on Big Ten Plus.
Yep.
If you see the lineup, it looks like Iowa State's got everybody back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they just put it? I mean, they didn't.
Yeah, maybe you will find out.
In yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a chance. I mean, so I watched them wrestle Navy today when I was finished watching them wrestle Navy and I was working out. And, yeah, I mean, it'll be all right.
Yeah, I think so too. I listened to the interviews with Kevin Dresser and their 97-pounder. I forget his name, Clayton.
Christian
Carroll.
Yeah, he had a great tournament, like in qualifying for the or for the Olympics and stuff. He beat Tony Cassiope.
Yeah, he's very tough.
Yeah, solid looking guy.
And it'll be how he does this week against Iowa will be a good sign whether or not he's going to pull his red shirt or stay redshirted. From the sound of it, I mean, as far as like the weight class alone, it probably isn't. It'd probably be a little bit less difficult if he redshirts this year and waits next year. But I don't feel like the red shirt is that entertaining anymore because all these teams want to win, and what's the point of keeping him out of the lineup if he's going to help become an All-American? And
right,
I was listening to Dresser talk about the landscape, with NIL and having boosters and getting people riled up to get transfers in to support the recruits that you have coming and so on and so forth. But so if Christian Carroll's sitting on the bench, he don't All-American, then that's one less reason to get excited for the next season to get the boosters and stuff. So he All-Americans, maybe gets to maybe a couple others All-American. Now you got 4 All-Americans. Now the boosters they're talking, hey, how can we get 5 or 6 All-Americans to really make a run at the team title? So
the nice thing too is that with Iowa State, man, they put on a great show, and all those guys are Hawkeye guys, and they wrestled under Gable and stuff, and it's cool. I mean, like we talked about last night about they used to wrestle each other twice in a year, Iowa State, but it's still great. It's gonna be at Carver Hawkeye on Saturday at 6, so it'll be fun. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those rivals. Like there are no other rivals in college wrestling.
No.
Outside of, you could say, Penn State, Iowa, but that's only because they're the perennial like powerhouses.
Right.
But they're really, Big Ten outside of, there's no real Big Ten dual meet that is like,
Yeah. Oh my God. That's a discipline factor. I agree.
Historically, what are some good ones in football? Well, it's like Army, Navy,
right?
Iowa,
State.
Oklahoma State. So now I don't know if you're following this. I don't know if they do Bedlam anymore.
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what else. I mean, it's like in football. Minnesota, Wisconsin are big time. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean every Big Ten rival, I guess, will bring about a big thing. But the CyHawk duel is like in-state. People want each. There's half. I don't know if it's half the state, but
I don't think so. I think it's a little more on the Hawkeye side.
Okay, so 3/4 of the state wants Iowa to win, and another quarter wants Iowa State to win. But I mean, Iowa State, I think it's just the fan base seems pretty big.
Oh, it is. It's awesome.
I've seen some of their facilities with other sports, and it seems like they have just as much of a booster capacity.
For sure. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I wish that would be cool if Illinois and Northern Illinois or I know Illinois and Northwestern kind of play it up a little bit sometimes.
But that they're already in the conference. They got to wrestle each other usually. But it'd be great, like if Northern and Illinois it would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it would
or just even the Illinois, Missouri. I mean, that's great. Get us
sure. But don't you think if Illinois came up to DeKalb every year in a showcase duel, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I'd be there.
Yeah, I'd be there too. I think that would be
I used to go to NIU all the time to watch them wrestle.
Yeah. I just think that would be a fun rivalry to build, and it would help the in-state recruiting. Maybe Illinois doesn't want to help Northern in recruiting, so they don't want to even bring a competitive.
It's the same thing in Iowa too. Like you and I, Northern Iowa should be wrestling Iowa as well.
Yeah,
and they just, I don't know what the hell the problem is, but somewhere along with the brands and the swabs, they just didn't quite get along because those are 3 good Division I teams.
Yeah.
I mean, Iowa State wrestles them all the time, but Iowa needs to wrestle them.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tom Brands is listening tonight, but you better think about it.
Yeah, even in this conversation, I totally forgot about Northern Iowa.
Yeah, Northern Iowa. Hell yeah.
All right, we're going to bring him on.
All right.
All right, there he is. Jason, how are you doing tonight?
Not too bad, guys. How are you?
We're doing pretty good.
Jason, great to see you again.
Yeah, Marty, it was great to see you just a short time ago after so long apart.
Yeah, nice beard.
Yeah, look at that
Yeah, I
thing.
try growing it in.
He's getting ready for the winter. Jason, just take a second. Introduce yourself. I know we're familiar with you, but anybody who's listening that isn't.
Sure, sure. So I'm Jason Mamer-Cox, coach at North Boone High School, longtime Hananiga wrestler with Marty back in the mid '90s there. So always good to run into him everywhere.
He's one of those. Like I said, he's one of those guys. Never wrestled before high school, did you?
No, freshman year came out, and I think he had the speech of the end of football season. I was always, what are you going to do in the winter if you're not going somewhere else? Just come in the back gym, see what happens, and kind of took off from there.
Jason, how old are you? What year was that?
I graduated in '98, so that was what '94, I think, that he pulled me in there.
Okay, so right in the thick of it, right?
He came in and drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it was just that whole team was made up of people, of young men who a lot of them didn't wrestle through kids club because our kids club was just getting started. And I just went and I was a used car salesman, and it was awesome watching guys like you become very successful in high school wrestling, and now you're a coach. It's flattering.
Yeah, the coaching branch has extended.
Yeah.
Jason, so catch us up on last season. How did it go? How did it end? And yeah.
Last season was nice for us. We've always struggled with numbers, kind of a smaller school. So, if we hit 20, we're having a great season recruiting wise. The year before last, we were actually down to 5 guys by the end of the year. And it's just real hard to try to run a practice when your 120 has to wrestle your 150 because there's nothing in between. So last year we were back up about 18 guys through most of the year. First state qualifier in probably 7-8 years. And then he ended up taking 6th, and 5 seniors coming back this year and a host of freshmen. So we're looking nice. I think sitting at 22 right now. So got some depth. Still can never find a 106 pounder, but other than that, we should be filling everything up pretty well.
Yeah, that's great. I was telling Marty I get to train your 26 pounder, 20 pounder, or not. He was 26 last year, right?
26 last year, and we just did some weight certs today, and he's going to be back at 26 this year.
Yeah. So he had a good end of the season. Has that success kind of built some momentum with the younger guys that are in the program?
I definitely think so. We've got a good guy coming up at 20, at 120, who went to state through middle school. So now just having them work together all the time kind of spreads down. We've got another kid at 113 who had a pretty good middle school career, and then brought in someone new at 132, and it's kind of like they can team up with each other at 2026, push each other, and then carry that to the other weights that are kind of right there around them. And we brought a few guys that are seniors this year that didn't make it to state last year down, just to kind of see the atmosphere, see if that can kind of catch with them, and really light a fire for them moving on to their last year in high school.
Yeah. So looking into this year, the season coming up, what's your guys' first competition?
We actually go the Monday after Thanksgiving break for us to Beloit Turner with Waupun and Delavan, I think, is there too. So go up to Wisconsin for a little bit, see those guys. It's always kind of fun because I feel like they're a little more hands-on, a lot of Russians, a lot of hand ties. So just to kind of get something that's outside of the element a little, and a little road trip's always nice.
Yeah, and then after that, do you have any tournaments early before the new year?
We'll be at Rockford East first weekend in December, and then Richmond Burton the second weekend, and Harvard tournament right before Christmas.
Awesome.
Those are great tournaments.
Yeah. It's really good because we see a lot of the guys we end up seeing at regionals and sectionals just going through those, so we can kind of feel out where we sit and where we think we're going to be.
Yeah, we bring this up a lot, but you guys are in that sectional, that 1A sectional that's pretty darn tough to get out of the Byron, Oregon 1A sectional. So yeah, you got to get out and see those guys before that end of the year. Marty, you got anything for Coach here?
No, I'm just saying this is awesome to see. I mean, I think your numbers are growing, which is great. I mean, it's a difficult thing. That's kind of like the high school that I grew up in was a very small school, and our numbers were somewhat down at sometimes. It's just kind of an ebb and flow, you know. But I just think you just keep getting kids out, and your state place winner is going to help that, which is awesome, you know. And I think it's great to see a coach.
Yeah, it's
Jason,
definitely fun, and I think I kind of sorry, my 2-year-old's a little upset right now. I draw from Marty always with the inspiration. I'm trying to get out there the last couple days of football, last couple days of soccer, or whatever else. And if you guys aren't doing anything in the winter, come on out.
yeah. So Jason, like, how long have you been a part of the North Boone program?
It's 8 years total now. So my son graduated 3 years ago. Going into his freshman year, he'd wrestled a couple years through a club, and they had actually just let their coach go at the high school. Didn't have anyone interested, and instead at that time they were thinking about letting the program go because they were down to only 6 kids. So I kind of came in there, and Marty, I think Sully had talked to you about me as a kind of vouch for this guy, and
Without a
just been
doubt.
trying to grow it ever since.
And so with that, you've been there for a while. So like, what are some of the things that you're maybe most proud about or excited that kind of came to fruition? And
The year after COVID was an interesting one because it was such a patched together season. Just trying to push that like late summer time frame. It was the only time I've actually had a full varsity roster. We had an above 500 dual meet record because, at the 1A level, if you can at least fill the roster, you stand a good chance at winning a lot. And that was my son's senior year. He ended up losing in the blood round of the IWCOA sectionals, but the 4 guys that moved on from our sectional, I think placed 1, 2, 3, and 5th at state. So he felt pretty good about the way he wrestled his senior year, and being able to go through that journey with him was definitely nice.
yeah, that has to be. Yeah, it's just such a long experience with coaching. You see a lot of stuff. That COVID, whole year was pretty tough for a lot of people, coaching wise. Yeah, I mean, we're pumped about it. We're pumped to get you kind of in the mix, and I'm glad that you guys are at the Rockford East tournament because that gives me another reason to go and get to see the team. I don't think you guys duel any of the Nick 10 conference this year.
I don't think we have anybody on our schedule yet. We've always done something with Belvedere when they were the co-op, so maybe try to add something in still with both Belvederes, kind of like a little Boone County battle or something would be nice.
I like that.
Yeah, we'll call it the Boone County Bash.
Yeah, something. Get a little milk jug or something.
Yeah, Marty, I'll make a comeback for that.
So you're thinking that you're going to have a full lineup besides the 106 pounder, right?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, so you should have a pretty successful year and a lot of duels, right? You should be very competitive, I would imagine.
Certainly hoping. But I know our conference with Dixon, Stillman,
Right.
Byron, always tough to go. Oregon,
Yeah.
those 4 are always at the top. So if we can go out and be competitive against those guys, having that fairly full roster definitely helps with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that conference has excelled in the last couple of years. Everything's kind of coming together, I guess. Dixon's pretty tough. They've got some young guys that are coming into the high school that I think are going to be pretty good. Oregon, we've kind of followed pretty closely. They have some solid. They have a good lineup this year, obviously Stockton, Lena. Are they not in the conference, but they're in the regional?
They're in the in one regional. So we should see them at sectional.
So you might not actually even be at the Stillman regional.
Hopefully not, because I know that one's usually murderers.
Okay. I forget how you enter into the sectional, but
Usually we're more towards the east. So we were at Johnsburg last year.
Yep.
Harvard before that.
Got it. It's all good, Jason. We can let you go so you get back to that. Glad we got a chance to catch up with you, and we'll talk soon.
Great to see you, Jason.
Yep, great seeing you. Great talking to you, and you have a good night.
Yeah, you guys too. And if nothing else, we'll see you at that East tournament.
You got it. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Marty. That concludes the.
I got a text message from Gary Thacker tonight to go up to watch Whitewater wrestle.
Oh yeah.
I said, Gary, I said if I would if I could, but I said I'm being overworked right now. I said I got so many podcasts going on. And he goes, I watch them all the time and listen to them.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Gary. I'm glad he sent you a text because we'll have to reach out to him.
Yeah, for sure.
So he was driving up to watch Eau Claire versus Whitewater.
Yes.
I see. Well, cool, Marty. We'll
right.
catch up. We got another one scheduled for tomorrow. So
we do.
Yep.
Yeah, sending me the time. I'm really busy, but I'll try to work it in.
Yeah, like I said.
Yeah, golf is over with now. I'm done.
Yeah, now we're stuck.
Yeah.
We're stuck for a while.
All right, man.
See ya.
See ya.